To be honest about it, this is not one of my favorite feasts because it's an idea feast. Most of the Sundays of the year we listen to the scriptures, and the scriptures tell us what we're talking about. Today we start with what we're talking about and make the scriptures choose to fit in. It's the other way, it's the kind of reversal way of doing things. It's a 19th century invention. Corpus Christi is the same way. That's a 14th century invention. However, this is focused on the interior life of God. That's what this feast day is focused on. And clearly that's a very critical part of what we believe. The phraseology we use doesn't help us much. One God, three persons, one substance, three persons. And the word person there doesn't mean what we mean by person at all. It's a fancy Greek philosophical term. Three who's and one what. The scriptures reveal to us the Trinity, and that's really a great, very important part of our faith. But they reveal the Trinity to us not kind of looking at it in its interior life. The scriptures reveal the Trinity to us as it relates to us. God the Creator, Jesus the Redeemer, the Spirit, the Sanctifier. One God. We are here dealing clearly with mystery. Now, mystery, I want to be very clear about, is not like a mystery novel. I think I told you once before, when I was in the seminary, dessert was always called mystery. You never knew quite what it was. Mystery here means not that it's too dark. It means that our minds are too little. That is simply the truth and the reality is beyond our ability as limited human beings to possibly grasp or possibly understand anything but a kind of rough image of it, a kind of brief reflection of it. So no matter what analogy you use, it is always inadequate. We all have rumors about St. Patrick teaching about the Trinity by the shamrock. Three petals, one shamrock. If you take three separate flames and bring them together, you end up with one flame. Those are all analogies. They don't help much. The best analogy, which I won't go into in great detail because it's St. Augustine's philosophy, basically. And his philosophy was the Father thinks of himself, and that is the Son, and the love that exists between them is the Spirit. Now, I've spent a lot of time with that, and I find that a helpful image. It too is an analogy. It too is an image. But there are some things there that help us because it reveals to us, that, first of all, God is family. God is not kind of this blob sitting there. There's an interrelationship, and what makes the Trinity is the relationship, period. The relationship between, the love between. And we are made in the image and likeness of God. And I'd say we find a reflection of the Trinity life in our own family life. The husband and wife, in some ways, see the ideal of each other in each other. We're going to rough at this, but we're working at it. And the love that exists between them very often becomes incarnate in a child, who in a very real way is the incarnation of the love that exists between the husband and wife. God is family. We are made in the image and likeness of God. We too are family. The God, finally, that is so important to us is that God, through Jesus Christ, welcomes us into this family of God. That we're never going to be on the outside kind of looking at God at some level, We are always on the inside experiencing the love that exists within God, the love that God has for us, the marvelous works that God has done for us. That's how we're going to spend eternity. Never coming to an end, never fully grasping, never fully understanding, but always within the family of God. We are brought in and shared. The very intimate life of God is given to us. That's what we mean by the fancy term sanctifying grace. The intimate life of God is ours. The intimate family that is God is ours. In spite of our weakness, in spite of our sinfulness, in spite of our waywardness, God embraces us in his own family love, both here on this earth now and forever. It's a very critical part of our faith. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. We bless ourselves in the name of the one God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, revealed to us by Jesus Christ, the Father shown to us by the way in which Jesus lives, teaches, speaks, behaves, and the Spirit poured forth upon all the earth, producing the fruitfulness, the giftedness that is God in our midst. It is a very wonderful celebration. It's not just ideas, however. It's in the heart.